Hey all, Binks here. I'm a huge fan of Cerebro decks. I think the idea of matching up everything's power level and rising them all up together is very exciting, and I've always had a lot of fun playing it, but really there's only been two options. There's been Cerebro 2 and Cerebro 3. But now with a couple of changes, there might be a new frontrunner. I present to you Smooth as Silk. So the two big new additions are going to be Medusa, that just got upgraded to now get to 5 power if you play her in the middle location, and the brand new card Silk, a 2 energy 5 power card that says after any card is played here, this moves to another location. So Cerebro 5 used to have a problem with not too many low curve cards to be able to fit in and see play, but now with 2 more 2-drops added into the mix, it really feels conducive and feels like a solid deck. So let's talk about some of our choices here. We have Titania, the only 1/5 in the game. She's going to cause a lot of chaos, but if you can use her right and play her a little bit late, sometimes leads to some mind games, but getting a 1/7 is insane. We faced a lot of high evolutionary decks. I used to have Deathlock in instead of Luke Cage, but decided to throw Luke Cage in. Was really helping against high E decks. I think that if you are facing a lot of decks that are hitting with things like Scorpion, Hazmat, Luke Cage can really help you out. Also helps deal with some of our negative locations because there's no real fill. You can also do something like Storm in this spot if you want something to lower or disrupt some of the bad locations that you can get. Medusa, like we talked about, Star-Lord, Lizard, look at this fancy new card, and Silk are going to be our 2-drops. Having 4 5-power 2-drops is great. Just make sure you're playing them in the right order. Often I want to play Silk early unless there's something like Oscorp Tower or Murder World because it can help activate our miles. But you know, just try and make sure that you're getting the best chance possible to call your shot if you're going to play Star-Lord, and playing Lizard outside of a location that looks like it's going to get filled. In the 3-drop slot, we have our boy Cerebro, we have Polaris, and then the addition of Wave, which I think is really interesting. Obviously doesn't have 5 power, but Wave can just lock down and completely solo certain decks, like Kitty Pride decks or Sarah decks that are looking to dump at the very end of the game. Notable thing that we're not running is going to be Mystique. I do feel like in a lot of Cerebro decks, you do want the Cerebro and Mystique to try and, you know, maximize your power output. However, in this deck on turn 6, you want to be playing Dr. Doom every single time he's in your hand. 3 5-power cards added to the field. If you have Cerebro down, it's a 21 power play on turn 6. So really in other Cerebro decks, you like to play Cerebro and Mystique at the very end of the game to boost everything up. Because we don't have that option, unless you're kind of playing them in line and in curve on turn 3 and turn 4, you're just not getting them both off. Also, playing Cerebro and Mystique and Cerebro 5 puts you into Shang-Chi range, which can be a little bit hairy. Let's say you play Cerebro Mystique, and then on turn 6, you play that Dr. Doom, and then they can just use 4 energy to just blow up an entire lane. Didn't really seem right. So I think that this is going to be the best way to do it. Enchantress in the 4-drop slot, I think that this is a little bit of a flex spot. If you're running into a lot of ongoing, Enchantress is great, but sometimes with the Cerebro it can get a bit messy. And Miles Morales, because we have 2 great ways to activate him with both Silk and Polaris. I think this deck was scary consistent. We had over a 50% win rate at Infinite. It was working really well. I think that you can continue to piece this together, and I think this is another really viable Cerebro deck to climb the ladder. Now, if you don't have Silk, she is the only 6k token. You can absolutely run this without Silk. It's a little bit worse, but Silk is C5. I think that Nightcrawler is probably the best play instead of Silk to fill in, because you get another Miles activator. It's another card that you can play early. But I really like this deck. Let me know what you think if you made any changes, and good luck out there on the ladder. As always, if you're enjoying this content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below, catch you live either here on YouTube or at twitch.tv/Binks_plays. Enjoy. You piece! You just put Cerebro out on curve because you never want to wait till turn 6, because you almost always want to play Dr. Doom on turn 6. You can play Cerebro middle here. Move the Silk so we can play Morales next turn. No Mystique? No. No Mystique in this. There's a few reasons for that. Like I said, you almost always want to play Dr. Doom on 6. 90%, 95% of the time you have Dr. Doom on 6, you're playing him on 6. It's just the best card in the deck by a very wide margin. We have initiative. How many cards do we think they're going to play left, chat? think they'll play one. Wave is just really good. Wave, we can play 2-drop wave on 5. It's pretty nuts. They did indeed play Juggernaut, chat. However, we can force the Silk left. Silk Doom should win left most of the time. I think we're snapping here, actually. Because they're forcing the Silk left. They can't do anything about it going left. Ah, yes, yes, yes. I would have completely messed that up with the Goose. It's a great point. I gotta just win this 50-50 then, huh? I guess I just have to win the 50-50. I won't snap. Polaris the Goose. Ooh. Now we're... Well, it's still 50-50, right? 50-50 between the Storm and the Nova. I mean, they're both kind of the same. It shouldn't really matter. We have priority, though. We hit the 50-50. It's very nice. Even if they get the Titanium, we should win here. Save for 50-50, is it? Does it really matter? I don't know if it matters. Oh, I had to Polaris the Goose because of the big house. That's actually a really good point. It literally wasn't a save for 50-50. It's just the only way that I could do that. So you can get beat up by Rogue here, obviously. Rogue can be an issue if they go Rogue Surfer, but I still think we win. We'll tie left because they can't Killmonger Surfer then. We should still win left and maybe right. Yeah, hit the dang like button. Well, if they do Skillmonger, or if they do Skillmonger Surfer, we win. If they do Rogue Surfer, we win too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they win right, but we win middle and left. Very nice. I'm telling you, chat. You know, already when I saw Silk, I was thinking Cerebro 5 was going to be a really mean deck. Medusa is usually the easiest one to get out early. Maybe we should be getting Silk out early for Miles reasons. I think we do just get Silk out early for Miles reasons. Thank you for the cards. I appreciate you. Always wanted 2 cards. They'll probably play left, so I think Star-Lord's somewhat safe here. Base that on course on absolutely nothing. And then next turn we can like 2-drop Miles. They didn't play left. Silk's schmoovin' though. That Silk do be schmoovin'. They're a Ronin deck and we do have this Enchantress, so if they play it on 5, we should be in a pretty good spot. Arrow's a really nice card, but it completely ruined... Son of a bitch. So we're no longer a Cerebro deck. We have to remember this. Always an important thing to remember when you're playing a Cerebro deck and you're no longer a Cerebro deck. That makes sense. Oh, it does do the same sound. Let's make the same one that does it. Mold animation kind of is kind of. I thought you said it kind of sucks, but it's kind of sick. I would definitely agree with that. I think it is very nice. We'll play this out. I mean, we're not gonna be able to Doom, right? Hitting our Lizard is kind of fine. Probably gonna have to call out where they might Ronin. Why the hell do they have Master Mold and Beast in this deck? Very confused with my opponent. Okay, if I were the opponent, I had... Oh, it doesn't matter, we have priority. Okay, so we can't stop their Master Mold. I just want to play the Sentinel out, let them leech our Lizard. And put like Sentinel Lizard last turn. Seems fine. We're pretty far ahead. You can't miss on Miles because of Bifrost? Yeah, we wanted to play it the turn before. It'd be really nice if I had an Enchantress that I could play there. But their Leech actually has counter synergy with their Ronin, so we should be able to beat it, right? If we go like here. Here. So we're going -6. This goes to 9. -6, this goes to 21. We get to 21 exactly. So if they have anything else that adds cards to our hand, we're screwed. Outside of that, we should be fine. I still think it's worth going for. We're pretty far ahead. They shouldn't have too many other things to add cards to our hand except for Baron Mordo. They have Baron Mordo, we're in trouble. No Baron Mordo, please. Ooh, that was a good game right there, dude. I believe Bifrost activates first regardless of position, like Starlight Citadel. It's kind of interesting. Oh, Silk. Fellow Silk enjoyers. Alright, no Cerebro. We do just play the Deathlock out here. Gambit should be better outside of the Odd Exodia decks. Gambit's a card that you don't want to be too good because it's a very feels bad card. The same reason why people hate cards like Spider-Man. They make Hulk +1 power. A card might be dead though, so I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know if there is like a good... Maybe they'll make Hulk like +1 for each energy you floated, but that might even make him stronger, honestly. So I don't know. I don't really have a good answer as to what they could possibly do. Look at all their cards running around like maniacs. Look fun. I kind of want to do that too. Can Nimrod be in this deck? No, I don't think it'll work. It's too hard to play on 5. If you play it on 5, then you have to play like Deathlock on 6, or you could try an Arnim Zola version, but then you're playing like 11 energy for like something that's just a little bit better than Doctor Doom, and to me that just seems really bad. I really like our position. I greatly like our position, especially with this Doctor Doom coming down. Titania is a bit scary, but we'll have some agency over it. Who's Silk? This is Silk. Oh, she's some kind of spider character. I actually have no idea. Hulk is pretty predictable though, like Galactus, but more easily countered. I mean, like how do you just counter someone playing 18 power from hand in a location at the end of the game? Yeah. Nice. Actually get Titania for free. It's huge. Guaranteeing getting Titania back is great. Should win left because both of these will move. Wait, we don't guarantee because they played Space Stone, huh? They played Space Stone. They probably want to move the Vulture. I think we still get it for free. I think we can still get it for free. Unless they want to move one of these cards, but that seems a little bit crazy. I did move the silk. Interesting choice. And we still got that titanium for free, so still a massive W in my book. Is that a casserole? Let's go. Let's go! Easy casserole. Nice try to play a boss. Spider-Ham will be popular right when it comes out, and then you probably don't want to run Doctor Doom, and then people realize the card's bad, and then... Alright, we're not a Cerebro deck. Let's remember that we're not a Cerebro deck anymore. Polaris, anything? I'd rather just Medusa now. I feel like Spider-Ham is gonna be the new Iceman. Promise you won't. Bet you $1,000 it won't. Iceman, there's no viable way to counter dealing with someone playing an Iceman against you. You could just have an annoying card that you don't want to be plus one energy, be plus 1 energy. For Spider-Ham, it only targets specific decks, and a lot of times, like, you're just playing a 1/1 that doesn't really do anything. Oh, that's why you put Kappa. That's right. I'm used to just seeing the Kappa. For whatever reason, I thought that you saying Kappa was like saying Cap. It just broke my main. Not getting value out of Enchantress, maybe Omega Red. Don't think there's been a single situation where I've been up by enough in the final round to make that worth it. I think we still wave. Why would we be putting them here though? I want my Titania. Sorry for me so far if SD had given every card a real pig variant. Oh, give me Luke Cage off the top. Luke Cage off the top, dude. Luke Cage off the top actually goes so dummy hard, it's ridiculous. Oh. Were we a Cerebro deck all along? I think this still loses to Hulk middle. Boop. Oh man, that is a great win. He pulls off his mask, like Scooby-Doo pulls off the mask. Come on, Cerebro the whole time. That's a tough one. EVA game. Okay. We're gonna snap. Titania is a nightmare, but who knows? Could have Storm. I'm expecting a Storm actually this turn. I have to guess who they're going to play. I think if they have Storm, they'll play at middle. But if they don't have Storm, they're not going to play at middle, which is why I don't know if I want to play the Silk middle. I need to choose where they're going to play so that I can trigger my Cerebro Spider-Man, which is really good. I have to guess correctly, though. They'll play the Lizard. Or it's a Storm middle. Let's go! Huge! Actually so huge, especially them losing the MODOK. I guess the MODOK doesn't matter that much. Unbelievably rude. Actually, honestly, not all that bad. That looks way worse than it actually is. Crazily enough. Fuck you, dude. Loses to 6 power left. Or them playing 2 cards right. But they should have a hard time playing 2 cards. Nice. Oh, this can't land right. Oh, we still win. We were Cerebro the whole time in your face. That was a nice one right there. So like the previous version of this deck was really similar to this. It was minus Medusa, minus Luke Cage, minus Silk. I think probably minus Enchantress too. And I had like a couple of like more techie cards and stuff. Yeah, you just play Infinite. You see a lot of Spider Ham. So true. And snapped on Attilan turn 1. Weird. You gonna join Breach Wanderers? Pog, dude. I was gonna snap if we had a 2 cost to play. Losing Lockjaw is very good for us. Let's just snap. See if we can get him out of the game. Yeah, dude. Nice 2-cube retreat. Thanos snapped the Tillin. They had their Lockjaw, so they probably were able to play a Lockjaw Wasp, is my guess, is that they had Lockjaw Wasp in hand. And they felt like that was strong enough to play on turn 1. But we snapped him out of the game there. That was actually, I think that's a really tough snap to do because I didn't have a good thing, but snapping them out of the game there is huge for us. We'll fight for middle. These Doom is due for a nerf? I do not. I think Doom is a card that they should build, like they should base their buffs and nerfs around as a very solidly placed card. Ooh, we're gonna blow this Wolverine up, you piece. Hope you're trying to blow that Wolverine up. Galactus? Titanium mid would just kill my own cards, chat. People don't understand how Titania works. Titanium mid would send the Titania over and then my Medusa would die and then they would have 3 cards. I think I want to like tie their Hala. I want to do it like this. It's not Galactus. How weird. After Pogtopus? What if my Silk moves here? I wonder if my Silk moves. I think my Silk moves. I think she yeets away. She doesn't move. I'm interested as to why that is. Man, now the wave looks really bad. Because I could have now done the Titania play with priority. But they can't Galactus anymore, no? But like Polaris, if Polaris pulls the Silk, then it moves the Silk, right? So like it's so weird that the Dr. Octopus pulling... Yeah, Dr. Octopus does have some weird rules. I have to continue remembering that Vormir is active though, right? But they just try and play like 2 cards right to secure right, and the Silk will jump left. I think we're actually fine. So they think that they're gonna be cute by doing this, but now the Silk jumps to the left. It's a really hard card to get used to. But it will just dumpster you some games. Like they thought that they were being really cute by locking down left, and then they would be able to get a free win there, but because the Silk jumps over, we're taken care of. Look at that, we're already mastering the new card. Look at us go. Look at us go. You will lose to every kind of deck in the entire game. There's no deck that you will beat 100% of the time. I explained that I had one way of beating Galactus, and it's if they had messed up and then played to the right. And they didn't do that thing, and they had a perfect curve. And that's okay. Usually decks with perfect curves beat you. They're part of the game that you have to understand and deal with. Is Persona music? I had no idea. Okay, this might be a Galactus variant. Or it's some kind of null Thanos deck. I still kind of want to be a Galactus, or I still kind of want to be a I want to try and be a Cerebro deck, because you can like wave left and it still gets triggered with Cerebro. Hopefully this grabs one of these three. Very nice. Ooh, I can play this, which is actually quite good. The wave's probably good enough to snap. You can win every game against Maria Hill decks? No, you can't. Oh, I could have played the Vibranium left, actually. Very interesting.
All systems go.
Our Doom beats their Doom, if that's their plan. And they killed off the only thing that was stopping this wave from working. Oh, what a good game. I don't understand how they could win. Unless they have some psychotic M'Baku shenanigans. Because we have a 21 power Doom. If they just play Doom, it's a 15 power Doom. I don't know how much bigger our Doom is. Kang? Yeah. That's one way I guess they can figure out. Win rate's like 55% right now. It started off really hot, and then we've had to make some adjustments. Why a Kel for the Dono alert? Is Shubel not an option? I feel like I set that. I have priority, so it doesn't matter. Jeez. Oh, that must have been the triple big bad deck. That must have been the Kang Thanos Galactus deck for sure, huh? Make sure to subscribe. Watch that one too.